Hey, good evening, everybody. How are you doing? My name is Damian Broussard, and I am one of the co-founders of CE Kilts. And tonight's show, we're going to be talking about CE Kilts, how we got started, and where we're going in the future, what our goals are, and what we can do for you as the customer. I am very proud to introduce my business partner and co-founder of CE Kilts, Mr. Andrew Lyon. What's going on, brother?
Oh, not much, man. I just was getting excited because you and I have been talking about a lot of stuff lately. We're going to be pushing forward with a lot more entertaining things for folks. Hey, we want to sell you stuff, but we also want you to be involved in this life that we started building for ourselves. And so getting to talk about it, it's my passion, it's my desire. So I'm excited to just chat with you tonight.
Absolutely, man. And I know that we both have our own shows on different Facebook groups. And
Yeah.
my show is the Kilted Cajun. I talk about kilted fashion in the 21st century, bringing
Mhm.
everything from a really traditional standpoint all the way up to a modern dress in 2023. That's kind of what my show focuses on. You have an awesome show with your wife, Sarah. Holy smokes. We all do a great job talking about a whole bunch of different things. It's kind of the
Yeah.
show about everything. The Seinfeld show was the show about nothing, right?
Yes.
And y'all's
Yes.
show is the show about everything.
And I think you're going to find that we will be bringing some of that here too. We'll have some shows on this that will probably aim more towards fashion. I typically have uh, again, a passion for history. So I might be bringing in the history on this, but I know that we're definitely going to be looking to you to see how we're supposed to do it right. And right now, as a matter of fact. But I think we both bring interesting things to this, which is why the way Holy Smokes works and we talk about anything and everything will be great for this. We'll be doing that here too.
Yeah, absolutely. And what you mentioned something a little earlier about getting everyone involved. And I tell you that over the past, we're like a year and a half into this business now. I've learned that most of our clients are online, but I
Yeah.
have found that it is so much more fun whenever we can either video chat with someone to try to help them get sized correctly, or in person when we meet them in person and we size them up and get them exactly what they need to where they're completely happy with their purchase at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know one thing I've learned going into this process with you is that this isn't a cheap investment on the customer's part. If being kilted, especially if being kilted on a daily basis, is
Oh, yeah.
one of the goals of the client, it can be quite an investment. So you want to be sure as the client that you're getting what you're paying for, you're
Yeah.
getting the best product that you can get for the price, and that you're completely happy with your purchase at the end of the day.
I absolutely agree. I also find that a lot of you out there, how do we say this? You kind of have this skewed vision that we can only wear this twice a year, right? And I think we'll be talking about that soon in one of the next videos or two, because we're going to bring up those situations and how to dress for it and what to do. But we're also not trying to give you an hour long or 3 hour long commercial, right? Hey,
Right.
we're trying to come in and have fun with you. So if you see us out in public, if you see us at an event, please come up and talk to us. You never know. We might want to interview you just for this. I have an interview
That's
waiting
right.
in the queue now to show you about a small, personally owned winery that my wife and I, Sarah, got the chance to go hang out at last week. And I was kilted in a winery in North Texas, about that far from the border in Oklahoma, and we want to raise people up. It is our desire to empower others. We have Evan from his leather company, and we wanted to help empower him so that he could get more people in the public. We have Casey. We have a lot of stuff like that where we want other things to come to people, and some of that is going to have to do with life stories, why we are doing what we do, and how we get about doing it. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Um, I think that you were going to be entertained to some degree, and you might be surprised that we're not sitting here giving you a, you know, 3 hour long commercial. Like for instance, hey, we're putting our phones here because we don't have the right equipment yet. We're just getting on, so we got our phones in what is this, portrait mode? Would you rather us be sitting down, Damien?
No, oh God, man, no. Sitting down in front of a camera like this, it's not very flattering to the midsection. I don't like it at all. I think I prefer like this. I prefer standing. I also prefer, just conversations like this, just having a conversation and not necessarily saying, oh, hey, we sell this or we sell
Yep.
that, And you mentioned, interviewing different people. I think it's going to surprise y'all out there that Andrew and I may actually end up interviewing other people that own other kilt companies. And you may say,
Yep.
hey, why would you do that? It may hurt your business in the long run. And one of the things is Andrew and I got into this not just to boost our own business, but to actually help other businesses out as well.
Yep.
You may find us interviewing other kilt company owners going, hey, why did you start doing this? I know why we started doing this. We love our
Yep.
heritage and we love helping people feel as great as we do. But why did you start doing this? I know there's a few guys that own companies out there that I would absolutely love to interview.
Oh, me too, absolutely. But you brought it up, so let's do a quick little interview with you and me. I hope we're prepared enough. But Damien,
Sure.
why did you get into something like this?
I started wearing kilts or the company itself.
Let's say A and B. Let's hit them both.
All right. So let's look at the first one first. So why did I start wearing kilts? Actually, a few years ago, I would say it's bumping on 4 to 5 years now.
Hmm.
I started wearing kilts actually by accident. I was part of a group. It's a costuming group that dresses up in Star Wars characters called the 501st Legion, an international organization that dresses up in plastic spaceman costumes and does stuff for charity. There's a subgroup of that group called the Kilted Trooper Brigade, and they, said, "Hey, man, you ought to join us too." And they said, "All you need to do is wear a kilt." And I was like, I never thought about wearing a kilt. How about, yeah, sure. So I went and purchased a kilt, just a general like saffron kilt, because I have
Yep.
Irish heritage as well. And I put it on, and I was like, this is kind of nice. I kind of like this. And I would wear it only at kilted trooper events. Well, then I started wearing it out, and I noticed people started reacting, and a lot of people with Scottish heritage would come up saying, "Man, I love your kilt," and we start talking about heritage, and it sparred me to research my own heritage, and I found I had a whole lot more Scottish heritage than I knew about. And then I started talking to about my dad, about our heritage and other family members. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is Scottish and this person's Scottish. And following my family tree back, I learned I had a lot more heritage than I realized. So that's where it got started. And
Cool.
then fast forward, I started joining groups, and I ended up getting into a group called Real Men Wear Kilts, where I met you. And I met
Yep.
a whole lot more people that started out as friends and ended up as family. And it just kind of one thing led to another. I started researching more and falling in love more with my heritage.
Right.
And that's kind of what happened. It was really by happenstance. And then, when you and I spoke a couple of years ago about, man, we really enjoy doing this. We really would like to help other people feel as good as we do. And we decided to start CE Kilts. you know, it really just turned into a passion rather than just a hobby. And it really
Yeah.
turned into a lifestyle rather than just a hobby for me. So for me, my friend said, "Hey, let's start a business." And I said, "Well, what have I told you many, many times? I have gambled money on dumber things."
Yep. Absolutely. That's
So what
fantastic.
about
That's a
you?
great story, man. Like it was a good dipping your toes in the water. But what I really love about that is that there is a lot of passion and a lot of love that went into that, And as you will find out through our stories with our own company. The company's evolving just like we did. I think I'm going to have similar stories to you saying, I started with something and it became something else.
Right.
So,
So how did you get started? Like, when was the first time you put a kilt on?
you know, so I was always into this kind of thing, but there were circumstances that stopped me from doing it the way that I am now. Those circumstances are over. And I've got to say that a lot of it has to do with the support that I have from that wonderful woman that I am now married to. But what I would rather, instead of the first time, tell you about is tell you about my rebirth, because I had the kilt and I was wearing it twice a year, like I'll talk about later or in another show. But I was I was going through some times, and I decided to go out and get busy doing the kind of things I love to do. And so I signed up for volunteering at North Texas Irish Fest here in Dallas. And of course, I realize it's an Irish Fest, but it's also an excuse for all the guys that don't typically wear kilts to wear a kilt. So I was wearing the kilt, and that's how I met the love of my life, a woman of my dreams, who supported me and encouraged me to wear a kilt. In fact, the joke about it is that it was our third date when her father said, "You finally get to see him with pants on," which is the way things went for me. So I got encouraged to wear the kilt because that's how I met my wife. But of course, the heritage and stuff like that was always kind of around it. But until I started getting the encouragement from somebody who liked me in it, who supported what I was doing, it became a whole nother animal. And then, honestly, our shows were going along and being very popular. I started reaching out to some of the companies out there, and they were not very receptive to wanting things like advertisements from us on our actual popular shows. I mean, you and I probably have almost 300 shows but between us, let's see, 6 years worth of practice and expertise in putting on shows and keeping people entertained. You have a whole lot more than that because you've actually done it on stage. And so I started doing what I do in the real world, and I realized, hey, we could do this, but I don't want to do it alone. I've got certain weaknesses, and I saw strengths where you have those weaknesses, where I have those weaknesses. And so I thought, nobody better around my life to be involved with for the rest of my life than my good buddy. So when I thought there was an opportunity for us to do something like this, man, I jumped. And as you will find on our website, if you go and you take a look, this was a passion born over a pint, and it's led us to where we are now. I think my main goal in life is to not only display my passion to people, but to empower them in the same ways I feel empowered. So that would be my story.
That's awesome. Yeah, and folks, you're going to hear a whole lot more stories like this. You're going to see us interviewing people. You're going to see us talking about fashion. You're going to see us talking about events that we're going to be at in the future. One of the events that we'll mention, we'll keep that for some other shows. But one of the big events that I'd like to mention on this first one is we're going to be in New York City in April for the Tartan Fest, for the Tartan Parade. In New York City. That's just going to be amazing. I can't wait to go do that with y'all and my family. We're all going to be there. It's going to be great. Folks, so you're going to see a lot of that taking place on this show. So we kind of just wanted to introduce things and let you know where we were going with it. And, we hope you tune in. We hope you subscribe to us. We hope that you enjoy the content that we're going to bring your way. If you do have any suggestions, you can email us. Or you can find us on our website, www.cekilts.com. You can get a hold of us there on our contact page. Go and browse the website, see what you like. If you don't see what you're looking for, you can always contact us, and we will be happy to look into it for you and get you exactly what you're looking for. So I appreciate it. Yeah, so thanks for doing this with me. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun. I think we're going to have a whole lot of fun doing this moving forward. The program is awesome. I think it's going to be great.
Man, Thanks for spending some time with me tonight. I know we're all in a different part of the world, but we're going to have a lot of fun, and we hope we entertain some folks.
Absolutely. Well, everybody, look, we're going to see you next time. Be sure and find us on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook. Find us on our website. That's cekilts.com, www.cekilts.com. Folks, we'll see you later. Thank you so much for joining us, Andrew. I'll see you later, brother.
Adios, man. Bye.
Bye-bye.